Priceless Water is a community development project of your Junior Chamber of Commerce. How much is a drink of water worth? Can you measure the value of the water you use to wash your hands? What price tag would you put on the stream a hydrant provides in those critical moments when fire strikes? Is there a substitute for water in the laundry business? Behind the counter in a luncheonette? In industrial operations, try as you will, you'll never be able to put a realistic price on water, and for one simple reason. Despite its low cost, water is truly priceless. Just how priceless water really is, you can only begin to judge by imagining your life and your community, or any community in the country, without it. Start with a home. And think of all the ways water serves the homeowner each day, month after month, year after year. How long could you put off cooking for lack of water? How many days could your family go without a wash of clothes? One wash in an ordinary machine drinks up about 30 gallons of water. One bath takes some 36 gallons. How long can you postpone a bath for active youngsters? How high could you allow unwashed dishes to pile? From the absolutely essential to the absolutely delightful, there is no end to the uses of water in your home, in the homes of all your friends and neighbors, in all the homes in your community and every community. But communities are more than just places to live. They are places to work in, to make things in, the factories, plants, industries, large or small, that demand water by the tankful and more, to cool machines, for processing materials, as a raw material itself. What if the water wasn't there? No water, no output. No output, no jobs. It's as simple as that. And what's true of industry is just as true of business and trade anywhere in this country. Water works for business in 1,000 ways, some obvious, some not. But here it's obvious enough. And it's obvious here, too. For many businesses, water is an intrinsic element in the product sold or in the service offered. Nobody has invented anything yet that can take the place of water in enterprises like this. Then there's the big thirst that has to be quenched. Equipment that may take 250 to 300 gallons of water an hour. Air conditioning. And the demand for air conditioning is constantly growing. But what about the requirements of the community as a whole, the public needs for water? Is there anything more in the public interest than fighting fire? Here, water is a prime weapon, and its availability is a prime factor in cutting down insurance costs. And the public uses mount up. So much depends on water, but suppose it weren't there. Without water, business would stop, commerce would stop, industry would stop. Life itself would stop. And it wouldn't take too long either. Yet, vital as water is, our use of it is so automatic, so routine, so secure, that we simply take it for granted. We turn the tap, confident that water will come. And it does. Everywhere in the country, someone is providing it. Yes, water is available for all of us. Right here in Rahway, our water utility serves a population of 27,000. Here in Rahway, it is the important business of someone not to take water for granted. It is someone's job to keep it flowing without interruption for present use and to plan ahead for future needs as Rahway grows. In a very real sense, this building is the source of the water that comes out of your tap. For in this building, you'll find the officials who do the long-term planning and make the decisions for the Department of Water. This is Mr. James J. Keneally. Mr. Keneally is the secretary of the Rahway Water Board. You may recognize these two gentlemen. They are our city administrator, James F. Roosevelt, and with him, George Bartell, counsel for the Water Board. The lady is Mrs. Charlotte Channel, one of our City Hall employees. A man who is constantly on the go and driving up now is the water utility manager of your Department of Water. There are very few water consumers in Rahway who haven't met Mr. Herman Klenner. If in any way the Department of Water resembles a business, it is simply because it is a business, a self-sustaining municipal business run along efficient business lines, and one of the bigger businesses in town. We, the citizens of Rahway, are both the customers and the owners of our water utility business. It's no small job for Mrs. Catherine Bader, helping to keep the records for an enterprise like this, maintaining files and accounts for thousands of water service subscribers. And it's no small job for the manager, Herman Klenner. Since the mayor of a city coordinates all the services, the Department of Water is high on the list, and a major concern of Robert E. Henderson, our mayor. On both the business and technical sides, Herman Klenner heads the team that does the job. Water in Rahway is no accident, no miracle. It's a planned program designed to fill existing water needs, to meet future water needs that change and grow as our city of Rahway changes and grows. It isn't easy, it isn't simple, but it's being done through the people of our water utility. People like Tom Schimmel, George Rowley, Harold Tatro. Water has to come from somewhere, a source, and for Rahway, the source happens to be the Rahway River. Into this river, water flows from a watershed area extending for miles. The raw water is pumped through this intake into the water system and eventually finds its way into this pump house, undergoing a series of purifying processes. Then to the filter plant, where sand and gravel filters strain out the impurities. Careful maintenance and quality control are required at all times to produce our finished water. Here you see why your water utility keeps ever vigilant to correct pollution problems and make safety and care the watchwords 24 hours a day, while bringing water to you, the consumer. In some communities, the watershed is not only the source of water, but also a collector of pollution from home and industry. To be made safe and palatable for use, the water must be treated. It is drawn from the water source to the treatment by pumps. A precise count of how much untreated water is taken in is found on meters. No guesses, nothing left to chance. So, too, do we measure the properties of the water in the laboratory and determine what treatment will be required to deliver a quality product to our customers. Disinfecting qualities of chlorine are observed by checking non-chlorinated and chlorinated water samples. Alum is added to coagulate foreign matter, causing it to settle so that it can be removed. Added red dye shows how chemicals like activated carbon eliminate taste and odor-producing substances. Fluorine has demonstrated effectiveness in preventing tooth decay. The amount is carefully controlled. Softening your water is part of our job. Lime is added to soften the water. A soap solution is used to test its softness. Our water is rich in minerals. Aeration is one process we use before filtration to help in the removal of iron and manganese. After the treatment specified by our laboratory, the water goes into a huge sedimentation basin. Slowly, the chemically treated impurities sink to the bottom. Even after processing, the checks and rechecks of water continue. Samples of finished water undergo lab analysis, even as the water is on its way to storage or direct to you. Through mains like these, and through feeder pipes like these, safe, clear water flows. Flows through an underground network of pipe, a grid system just below the surface of a town, under business districts, under the residential streets, wherever water is needed, which is no less than everywhere. Yes, water is flowing gallon by gallon, safe, clear water. It has come a long way from where it originated, many dollars away, many complicated processes. Water brought directly to you by your water utility. All the water you need, when you need it, and where you need it. How much is water worth? What price do you put on priceless water?